Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
So, Dr. Short, it's an honor to have you back on the show. I was just going to catch up a couple things in the news cycle. Everything been going pretty fast. Are you doing all right tonight, or this morning, rather?
Oh, my God. Fine.
You sound far away. Now you kind of far away.
Really? I have my phone. Let me see. Do I have it on speaker or what? Let me see. Hold on. Tell me if you hear me better now.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's better now.
Okay. No, all is good here, man. You know, I'm on my way to Tennessee. We're doing a quick road trip. But, you know, I'm just enjoying all the insanity, watching all the Democratic bastards fall out of the race as they decided to fix this thing for Homo Biden and or Pedo Biden or Blow Biden. And his son was Bo Biden. And I guess they've got Commie Sanders and who they're going to make certain that he loses. He's not the right type of Jew. A communist Jew that doesn't like AIPAC. He's not going to get no money. Anyway, that's going on. And tornado down in Nashville. Mm-hmm. All kinds of things going on. Coronavirus. Religious murder going on all over Nigeria and Ivory Coast. And the little dictator there with the ugly white wife that screwed half of Africa. She's probably patient zero. They just haven't tested her. He's stepping down. He's not running. Talk about Ouattara of Ivory Coast, little dictator working for the French who stole power and they set Ivory Coast up for civil war. We got, what's his name? Clanburn from South Carolina, who got all the Negroes to vote for Joe Biden. I guess they like mass incarceration. You know, the old black people that didn't get their asses locked up, they like Joe Biden. They need to lock up some folks who on fixed income. I bet you he wouldn't get the same turnout. I said it. Back to your state of Tennessee. You see, I was saying that 2020 is the year of judgment. So you see that with Corona, you know, how the Chinese don't like nobody and put all kinds of stuff in your food. Then the little nasty stuff they ate is killing them. And now you got this Corona. And it hasn't killed anybody black yet, you know, but we've got some integrationists who will say, well, y'all need to make a Corona to kill black people. We feel left out. I know that's going to happen soon. There'll be someone black saying, I want to die. White people shouldn't be the only people that die from Corona. You know, y'all gave us AIDS. We had to wait, but we did get it, right? You know how people are. Let me see. There's so much going on. I mean, the markets are falling. And by the way, I need to say to you, most people think it's Corona. It's not Corona that's messed with the markets. It's Commie Sanders. When Commie Sanders started winning, that's when the markets got all fucked up. It was Commie Sanders. These people are really afraid that his little bald-headed, crooked ass was going to win. And, you know, and can you imagine Nina Turner with her golden nappy hair, looking like blonde nappy hair, looking like a golden marmoset monkey? They're going to make her Secretary of State. And you know, she does look like Isaac Hayes with lipstick on. So just all of this is happening. Just a lot, but let's run through this real fast. You know that they're going to have the Michigan primary in the week coming, and, they're going to really screw up Bernie Sanders. He talked bad to AIPAC, and he's a Jew. Jewish people can't even sass Jewish people. They don't like that. So that's called a self-hating Jew. If you don't support them doing whatever they want to people, Palestinians and everybody else, you're a Jewish person that hates yourself. And so he's like sass AIPAC, sass the state of Israel. I mean, this is just like big major no-nos to the Zionists. So he's in trouble with some very powerful people. And, and Bernie Sanders is kind of reckless. He's only had 2 jobs. He's worked as in the Senate in Vermont, holding office there, and he worked for a pornography publishing house, So, I mean, you've got more different job experiences than he has.
Wow. Why don't I ever talk about his background as a pornography?
Because first of all, they're the ones that run it all. I know, and blacks are good customers. Nowadays, the big thing is BBC. Big, it stands for Big Black Cock. Black guys with big dicks are the stars, but they don't realize that the pay isn't good, and AIDS is an occupational hazard, along with HPV, suicide, and other stuff. But, and most people that are in porn don't live past, say, 27, 28. They die young. And it's not as fun as people think it is. Yeah. And so you have to be kind of strange to think being erect all day long, just boning, is fun. It would have to be monotonous, especially and there are a lot of ugly people in porn. I mean, it's really so. I know a lot of them are taking drugs. They say your penis doesn't have eyes, but I think they do. They say, "Oh God, I gotta go in there again. We got some dope or something on the set." Yeah, no, don't give me a line. Give me the tray. Let me pour the thing. Okay, like a funnel. Okay, I'm good now. I think I can. Anyway, but Bernie Sanders is he hates black people's guts, and so does Joe Biden. And what a lot of people don't understand is Donald Trump, of course, he's got all kinds of serious prejudice issues. But I know people who know Donald Trump well. Donald Trump is 50-50. He absolutely loves some black people. Even if it's in a weird way, because he's weird with white people. When you think about it, he's strange with everybody. There's not this, he's strange with everyone. Think about it. I mean, he's dog out his white wives and stuff. He treated Omarosa better than his own women who had kids for him. So, think about that. And a lot, I keep saying to people, what has Trump done to hurt black people on par to Obama? And normally niggas start arguing as if I'm saying love him. I didn't say love him. I just said, look at him. Is he worse or about the same? And in some instances, he might be better. If he's better, how can you be more mad at him than that CIA trick that screwed us for 8 years and left us such a jacked up society where thanks to Obama's influence, we've gone from Sesame Street to Sodomy Street. Yeah, I said it. And like I said, Michelle's big behind can't keep us warm, and we can't eat it, and it can't restore our homes that foreclosed on. Although if we were next to it, we could keep it warm, but, she's all above us, right? So, and you can't spread it all around, although you think you can, looking at it at first glance, but you can't. So, Trump does not hate black folk as much as Biden or, that's what Obama did for us. He flushed us. Trump likes us more than, let's say he loves us. You get where I'm coming from? And you're a Southerner. I'm not saying that we need to love any. We need our own party. We need our own stuff. We need our own country. Shoot. We even need our own God with the Afro Sheen power bush. You get where I'm coming from? This is the thing that I just want folks to focus on that. In fact, if you've looked across the country since Trump has been in, have you noticed all the officers getting convicted for killing blacks across the country? That didn't happen when Obama was president. They were beating every case. And I'm just saying, and the HBCUs, black prisoners, a range of stuff. You just didn't get nothing from Obama. In the words of Respucia, I can't get shit here. We didn't get anything from Obama. You might get some stuff from Trump. And no, they don't like us. But the bigger problem is if we don't like us, why the hell are we bitching about other people not liking us? And by the way, I think we should like us. We should love us. I was at a conference called Carrot in D.C., and as crazy as it seems, I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow your mind. Trump and them are giving more money to land-grant colleges. Some of them are black schools that are getting money that they didn't get from Obama. It's not nearly enough. It's not reparations. It is not the full complement, and I don't want anyone to imagine that I'm suggesting that. I'm only saying that if you were dying of thirst and a person wouldn't give you a tear to drink, and another person with the Ku Klux Klan robe came on and gave you a bottle of water, you mean you'd hate the black person that wouldn't give you a salty tear? You'd love the black person that wouldn't give you a salty tear and hate the Klan's person that gave you the bottle of water. And this is the effect what black people are doing with Trump. And my thing is, don't like either one, but take the damn bottle of water. And pray and hope that you're in a position where you never need a tear from a coon or a bottle of water from a Klansman. Why not have your own well, right? By the way, I can't folks, man, you a coon, you sold out. If you listen to what I just said, that's the black nationalist line. Do for self, have your own. But the media has black folks so damn ass stupid these days until people in line with Malcolm X, Huey Newton, H. Rap Brown, they have them thinking that the people who are saying stand up, defend yourself, protect yourself, love yourself is a coon. And the folks that say swirl and that, oh, no, you're not a man, you're a woman, cut your penis off. That's right. Go ahead and do it, Dwayne Wade and stupid ass. I'm a male union, or I call him Dwayne Gade, and I'm a male union. Okay, I'm a male unit. I mean, to cut your son's penis off and put it up on Ellen DeGeneres show, you're talking about doing this, and they're heroes in our community. By the way, that's the Obama influence. You know, it used to be you honored black parents when you had funerals until Kobe Bryant's ass died. I mean, and that Frito Bandito, he was married with the Frito Bandita. I'm sorry, let me be linguistically correct. Blew off his parents. I've never seen black parents be dissed like that. And in this post-Obama age, it's messed us up. Now, forgive me. Whenever I get Obama, it just makes me so mad till I lose track of everything. God. You know, I was playing for my mother that speech Obama gave on October 10th, 2009, where he said that he's working towards a day where people admire two men being in love and two women being in love equal to a man and a woman. But I had to play that for my mother. The speech was made 10 years ago, and my mother and most coons hadn't heard that Obama was the one that opened up the Pandora box of all this insane sexuality. Wow. And so, yeah, it's just messing us up with like Sissy Porter, Sissy D. Williams, all of these folks just coming out just acting ignorant. And by the way, let me just get into this, and then I'll circle back and do politics. My prediction is if all the little silly black folks that need to be basically homoerotic house niggas to the white sodomite movement, they're going to be at risk for getting corona and other STDs. Yeah, I said it. You know, they're bringing Freaknik back. It's perfect. They plotted this out. A whole lot of dumb fuck young black millennials. The only thing that they want to do is get high, listen to bad music, smoke GMO weed, and K2 if they're broke, can't pay their cell bill, and disrespect elders who are wiser than they are. They're asking in for a rude awakening. You hearing me? Mm-hmm. So they're going to go down and want to have trains and this thing that they do down in Atlanta, and it's all up in Charlotte, too. That would be an interesting city. It's a city to live in named Charlotte. It's probably, anyway. You've heard about this centipede where they all put their mouths on people's behinds and eat, and they make videos of it, and they think this is so wonderful.
Oh, wow.
And so with this corona out here, a whole lot of dumbass black folks who don't want to hear, who think people like irritated teeny, that we're monsters, right? Mm-hmm. They'll go out here and do all the nasty, freaky, kinky, off-the-wall sex stuff that they're on, and they're going to die in droves. I warn people, and see, we hadn't talked. 2020, it equals 40. 40 equals judgment. See your judgment. Black folks who just insist that an asshole is the same as a pussy are going to learn the hard way. For all the women that think because you're mannish and you're ugly and it looks like you fell down the elevator shaft because there was no elevator, it doesn't make you a man. You're just an ugly bitch. Okay, this just make, and you don't have big bones. You're fat. Dinosaurs have big bones. All right. So all the people who can't get their stuff together, they may find themselves checked out. This corona doesn't discriminate, although it looks like it prefers Chinese people. And in as much as they've been honorary white people, the fact that this has jumped off on their asses first, I even seen Asians get their ass beat and being treated like black folks. They've been riding our damn struggle for the last 155 years. I kind of say, goody in a sense, because, these Chinese people stole this corona thing from some laboratories in British Columbia and took it over to China. They're probably trying to make a bioweapon to kill off Africans so they could just steal all this shit. They're tired of paying for it. Africa has stuff that everybody wants, but nobody wants to pay for. Sort of like good black dick. Good black pussy. I mean, folk want to take it, especially back in slavery days. I think that's why they want to live in the 19th century. It was really good to them. It wasn't good to us, but it was good to them. Anyway, as I was saying, this corona has exposed the Chinese. That they have, and the Chinese just don't have sanitation. It's not just that the grease that's older than Methuselah that they fry the chicken wings that you eat. I mean, that's what they're doing here. Looking over their shoulder, hoping no health inspectors in their restaurant. And then they say, oh, yeah, that's Negroes, and you can do anything to them. They were going to spend money with us as long as they don't have to share it with each other, so we can just go ahead and put these rats in there and they'll eat it. That's what they do here. Over in China, I mean, they just be eating rats and bats and all this stuff. And they just had a hearing. I just saw it up on C-SPAN about rats and bats and monkeys being vectors for viruses and such, which means these Chinese are eating this and packing it up and shipping it to other people. And what a lot of people don't know is a lot of Chinese folks, they don't give their kids diapers. Chinese kids have slot pants. These are pants with a crack in it so you can shit in the street or piss in the street. And they hope that you learn how to do it properly. You didn't know that, did you? So it's just, okay, just you walk in, you want to make a bowel movement, you don't make a beeline for the bathroom, you pull your pants down, and you just, and since their penises are kind of small, no one's going to really notice if they're peeing anyway. Brother, man, you can be
It's like San Francisco be be defecating in the streets now in San Francisco. So.
Yeah, well, the thing in San Francisco is those are black homeless people who've been destroyed because back 50 years ago, they were the first people to embrace the gay movement, and the gays turned around to put knives in black people's backs. That's a curse. We need to understand that the most racist movement of all among white people is the sodomite movement.
Wow.
It doesn't just hate your skin. It hates your God. It hates your masculinity. It hates your femininity. It hates your children. It's total scorched earth. However, it may like your penis. It just doesn't like you. And we got all these movements. Gay DOS, Black Lesbians Matter. I mean, all of our groups have been consumed by these fools who hate our guts, and now they basically it should be called the Catamite, the Congressional Black Catamite Caucus, because they're not fighting for us. Now, going back to Chinese, they're nasty, and we've had SARS, and we've had bird flu where people living with their chickens. That chickens do everywhere. I mean, why are you going to live with the chicken? Okay, you're a country with a big-ass economy, and you still living with chickens and pigs. Pigs and chickens do everywhere, and so do monkeys. And so do bats. And I was watching a Chinese man cut up a bat. They didn't even clean the shit out. They just cut it up and packed it with the doodle inside of it. And I'm just saying, I don't want a bat burger, okay? So they've been nasty. They send nasty stuff to people. I don't know if you know, the Chinese are so nasty, their pigs aren't even making it anymore. You didn't know the Chinese had to kill all their pigs? Almost all the pigs in China had to be killed because of swine flu. Their pigs couldn't handle the filth.
Wow, pigs couldn't handle the filth.
Their pigs couldn't handle how nasty and dirty the country is.
Wow.
I'm just telling you this. You didn't know that. It's nasty. People shit and piss in the streets, spit everywhere. It just doesn't matter. Smoking around. They don't have the same concerns about health as other people, and they're not trying to. So, we need to be...
Right? They got more people than anybody on the planet as far as the country, correct?
Well, and that's after aborting 400 million children that they're willing to tell you about. They will kill anybody. They are vicious. And they dog black people. The Africans get dogged in Africa. They're messing over them. They're racist wherever they go. Black folks need to see this as a divine hand to save us from another group of people who are a little lighter skinned that hate our guts. Y'all need to stop taking your ass to these people's stores. Don't buy shit from them. In fact, and if white folk want to have a fight with the Asian Pacific people that they call model minorities, well, let the models fight. Let's see what they're going to do. We did our stuff. As I said, when I got in trouble at UVA back in the 90s, name an Asian leader that got shot on a balcony for other people's rights. You can't think of any of them doing anything for anybody but themselves. And I'm not mad at them. Hey, but in the words of Tariq Nasheed, they need to hold their own nuts, their own boobs, their own vulva, hold their own ass. Because white folk are mad at stuff, and they're smuggling people up in here, and they brought all this filth with them. And by the way, they bring drugs and such too. And for all the black folks that don't know, when did black folks start using heroin? When the Chinese started selling it to black people. like the Arabs down where you are. You know they're selling the drugs and stuff. They're doing it in Baltimore. They're doing it in Detroit. Baltimore and D.C., y'all, drugs in the streets, right? That's what these so-called model minorities, others who are basically like the handmaidens of white supremacy. So if white folk want to have it out with them, let them do it because they don't care about us.
Wow.
They really don't. And so my thing is, it's time for them to be exposed. Let me just tell you, they've done satellite imaging and all over Wuhan, and there's massive carbon dioxide in the air, meaning that these people are burning a whole bunch of organic material near Wuhan that's more dense than anywhere in China. It means that they've been burning people, burning the victims of these of corona.
Wow. So we don't really know how many people died. I know they said.
Well, why would they tell anyone? You wouldn't buy their nasty stuff, their cheap stuff that breaks.
Mm.
You wouldn't buy rice from the plastic shit that they're selling to Africans. Fake eggs. I mean, their stuff is being exposed. The skirt of unrighteousness with these little rice stick so-and-sos has been exposed. We should be glad. And the global economy is not responding to Corona. It's responding to Commie Sanders and the crazy-ass ideas he's saying. Look, let's just get to this because I'm tired of all the Negroes who think that they want to live in the Soviet Union. First of all, it's cold, and they didn't like black people there, except for maybe one or two like Paul Robeson.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Cuba. Because you have money, it's nicer. Anywhere where you have Marxism or socialism and black people, it's true you might get health care, but you're still a nigger. They have socialism in France, and they have niggers in France. They have socialism in Denmark. They have niggers in Denmark. They have socialism in Norway. You've got niggers in Norway. You have socialism in Cuba. You've got niggers in Cuba. You had socialism in Libya. You had niggers in Libya. The political system, being socialistic or communistic, doesn't change the fundamentals of white supremacy or racism or honorary white people who want to be white folks and how they screw over black people. Libya being perhaps the most benign, but once they got rid of Gaddafi, all those folks that came up under Libyan socialism, they raping and killing black folks like there's no tomorrow, meaning that there was racism and nastiness all along, and Gaddafi never succeeded, although he tried, to get rid of the racism among a lot of the Arabs in that country. Call it what it is. And in Cuba, they do have health care, but the black Cubans do not get the money that the white Cubans have. The black Cubans go to jail. I've been racially profiled in Cuba. I talk to black Cubans, and what they do, they're not going to talk about it. Just like when the mafia was in, how are a lot of the black folks in Cuba making it? They're making it as prostitutes, male and female.
Wow.
And I'm not against the Cuban Revolution, but I am against racism and injustice, whether it's a capitalist system, a socialist system. Shoot, I don't care if it's an Islamic theocracy or a whole bunch of mega church coon preachers ripping off the people, driving Lamborghinis, and now other folks can't afford Velveeta cheese from the dollar store. I don't like stuff like that. I don't care who's doing it. So, Commie Sanders, that's what I was going to say to you. I'm doing some research, and that's why when I get back to D.C., you got to stay in touch with me better than what you've been doing the last year. I will pray for you. Look, I got to go down to the National Archives, and I'll be researching because I think Bernie Sanders comes from Jewish families that used to sell black people. And for all you Commie Sanders fans running after, what would I call him? Blubber Mike, because there's nothing killing about him. He couldn't even reach the knife. He'd lose his pockets so far down. And can you imagine trying to stab you? He'd run out of breath after he got one block. I'll get you next week. There's nothing kill about that. All right. No. And like I said, Nina Turner, who looks like Isaac Hayes with lipstick and Congo girl earrings on, okay. the unbionic woman. Okay, she's not enough, and her voice is like it's deeper than Luther Vandross. I mean, get a feminine black woman to represent you, not some hard sister that looks like she's a security guard undercover at the prison, right? No. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Lord. And socialism, I'm not saying I'm against benefits and all. I'm just saying that when they have this, when they just paint this as perfection, they had socialism in Ethiopia. They had millions of people starve. We were buying the We Are the World record to feed their asses. All the little Marxist flags, they couldn't eat that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. They had socialism in Somalia. They had it in Mozambique. Their asses killed 4 or 5 million of each other. I can name other places. In fact, I'm tired of naming it. It doesn't work good. You need maybe a mixed economy where some things are shared and some things are private. Okay, you know, people haven't been in places where there's no toilet paper. I remember in Cuba, people had a washcloth. You know, they wiped their ass with this toilet paper. You couldn't. Can you imagine not being able to put something between your butt cheeks and get that goo out? Yeah. You know, you're itching, picking your booty all day long. Oh, yes, Lord, I'm telling you the truth. Mm. And they have good schools, and this. I'm not knocking anything positive in Cuba or Libya. There's some really great things there, but black people always get screwed. Unless, I mean, it's got to be a black agenda.
What about Cuba? They had medical school program where people could go to medical school for free to get training.
Yeah, I've been to School of America. That's a good school. I'm not knocking the medicine. I'm saying, yes, I want medicine and health care, and I want access to capital, equality, parity, if not supremacy. Not just the health care. They say, that's like, okay, I mean, because you know who had health care? Black slaves had health care when we were working for free.
Yeah, but I know Casa Dada, formerly Willie Ricks, his son, went to become a doctor through the Cuban medical school. He was like touting the benefits of that, like where they had to train.
I'm for it. I like the school. I'm not trashing that. I'm not an irrational. I'm not like Diamond and Silk. I'm not going to come out and say there's nothing good in Cuba. That's not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that in Cuba, the black folks don't have, there may be 60% of the population, and they don't have the same things as the white Cubans do. Even under communism, under socialism, they don't see it. I mean, it's just a fact of life there. So for all the Negroes getting excited about that, just understand that saying that you're a communist and saying that you have a commitment to fight racism and injustice doesn't mean that it materializes the same way they're saying they're fighting it under capitalism, and they're not.
Well, how would you? I got to ask you. Okay, Dr. Short. I was going to ask you a question about how do you define communism or socialism? Because I don't think you understand what it really is. Then, what is socialism?
Well,
or what is communism? Is that different?
I don't even want to get basically one of those political parties, whether they call themselves communists or socialists, they run everything and control the commanding heights of production. They run everything, and supposedly it's for the benefit of all the workers, but that's bullshit. You and I both know. I mean, even if you go to church, even little fat women there, the one with the big puffy arms that are like 10 feet around, the ones that love everybody and kiss everybody, and you get all kinds of fever blisters. When they're frying the chicken drumlets and they're providing a meal for everybody to come through the church, you know them hoes take as much chicken home as they can. And the socialist and communist and the capitalist system works the same way. The people with the access to have more take more. And if they're not greedy, their kids or their wife will take it. Damn it. God damn you, Ron. Remember, Betty Shabazz was up Malcolm X's ass take some more money. Why are you taking so much money to Muhammad? We need something. Okay? I'm just telling you, I know some very militant people, and the biggest problems are folks in their home. If you help another person, Dad, I'm going to run away. Your family get greedy.
Yeah.
Your family, I don't want to help everybody. I just want to help mine. Which is how most Black Americans are, which is why niggas lie. Y'all lying when y'all say y'all be socialists. Y'all bigger capitalists than white people. Folks I'm telling you, when someone get a car, they like driving by you on the street and waving to you to let you know I have a car and you're walking. And in fact, I experienced that for real in Tennessee, especially in Jackson. Those some selfish, backstabbing coons at Jackson. You know I'm telling the truth.
I don't know.
Fake. Oh, my God. I mean, Negroes passing around. A guy tried to cash a $20 bill that was about 12 inches long. I mean, they so fake. I mean, $1, it's not that long. I could have counterfeited better than that. I mean, I almost wanted to take him to Home Depot and get some bonded people and like take him to the step. Now, maybe you could pass that shit off, but that thing you had there, I mean, people would have tried to do that in the cafeteria in elementary school. And they're probably from Arkansas. It's the only place where people are dumber than folks from West Tennessee is Arkansas. Damn. Yeah, they dumb. They used to be smart. Then they got scared after the Helena riot. Everybody got chumped out by the massacre. I'm sorry. I ain't mad at y'all. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble with your audience. It's going in on reasons. Let me get off of the area. So just socialism, where you share the wealth and all that never really happens theoretically. The Russians had the nomenclatura. The Chinese Communist Party is full of corrupt people that steal stuff, and a lot of people. It doesn't happen. The Cuban communists have it. The Libyan folks had nice stuff. The ones at the top. There's always going to be a hierarchy. You know, expecting there not to be a hierarchy among people is like expecting to go to a woman and tell her cooch is as good as the others you've had. That woman will blow your head off, even if she's the ugliest woman that was ever born. Or telling a woman her baby is pretty like all the others. People always are going to want someone greater or higher. That's a nature for people to aspire to be above others. And you tell me, oh, everyone's going to get. In fact, it's a crime. Can you imagine if we're both gigolos and you screw 10 people a night and I screw 2 and we get paid the same thing? How long before you say, I ain't going to screw all them hoes and get less the same money short? Right? And so all the production goes down. So they have to coerce people. This is what they're doing. We can just do this through pimpology. But that's why the bottom bitch gets the ride in the car. That's why she produces more. If you punish the productive element, you ruin the whole thing. That's why the person with the best voice in the choir theoretically gets to sing, because the person that can't sing on key, or at least won't have sex with the choir director, doesn't excite people the same way. I'll just put that in ghetto terms.
Yeah, wow.
And the other thing about black folks is that we're religious, even although there are lots of stupid religions that we like to get into. I was on the show and some coon called up and said the reason black people can't get it together is that they didn't bring over the Code of Hammurabi and this other stuff from Africa. And I had to say to this coon, Abraham was a contemporary of Hammurabi. And the Old Testament is just as good as anything Hammurabi wrote down. And we used to follow that, excuse me. So that doesn't wash. But I said, you conscious community coons really make me sick. That Jesus is black, the Hebrews are black, Israel was black, right? The apostles were black. And then you tell me, you're dumbass, that the Bible is a white man's book. I really can't stand really stupid, two-faced, schizophrenic coons who like I had to just go off on someone was telling me that gayness comes from Europe. And I said to him, well, you're a Christian. Have you heard of Sodom and Gomorrah? He says, yes. I says, well, isn't Israel in Africa? He says, yes. I says, well, do you know that Israel includes what once was Sodom and Gomorrah? I said, so you mean that only white people lived in those 5 towns and everybody else was black? Do you realize how stupid you sound? You get where I'm coming from with these people.
Yeah.
I can't stand black people. Look, they're trying to get props off of bullshit stuff. Why not have props about not having had an abortion? Why not have props about having your own business? Props about being a good mother or a good father, or having props that you don't have your butthole tore up by your friends. I mean, pick something that's worthwhile to feel good about. Don't come up with something stupid like, white folks can't play basketball. Who cares? Shoot. In fact, the white folks who can't play basketball own all the leagues, and the black folks are their slaves, dummy.
There you go.
So I'd rather not know how to play and own the players and, have... Anyway, back to this. I wanted to just say to you, I think I sent you, and you can post it, I sent you the patent on the coronavirus. Someone made that shit up, and the Chinese weaponized it. Please share that. And also, you have to send my cash app out on this road trip. The Klan may pick us up. I may need to pay some bail money. And one of these police
you don't get in trouble like that.
Well, I don't want to. I'm not trying to do nothing.
Going to Tennessee, so.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to Tennessee. Tennessee's going to be okay once we get past the Nathan Bedford Forest Park. And y'all some sorry niggas in Tennessee to let them have that park. Y'all could get the name changed or something. I mean, just anything. Name the shit for Colonel Sanders, even though he's from Kentucky. Just get Nathan Bedford Forest's name off the thing.
Oh, it's off there now. Fisher's Health Sciences Park, UT Medical. It's Health Sciences Park now.
You're talking about the one that's on the highway or the one in Memphis?
The one in Memphis, the one where they had the statue.
No. And by the way, that y'all got a ratchet, that bald-headed sissy nigga that you got as your congressman. Well, y'all could get rid of Cohen. Oh my God, he looks like Elizabeth Warren with the bald head. Get rid of him. God, I can't stand him. He's nice to the dogs and the black people. Huh?
You talking about the state park, the 2,500-acre state park?
Yes.
That's a state park.
No, y'all have not gotten rid of that. Don't correct me. I'm about to drive by it today. And I'm going to be cursing all the black folks, weak black people in Tennessee. But I will say, God's looking out for y'all. God's looking out for y'all. You know that tornado jacked up the white folk who gentrified the parts of Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
God's looking out. He just jacked. I mean, F those white gentrified, those race soldiers, gentrified folks got all this stuff towed up.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are still missing. They may have been blown back to Africa.
Wow, that's funny.
It's just really awful. I feel bad on one level, but God, they just dogged the black folks over in Davidson County. Just messed over the people, took their stuff, and then God came through. And I don't know, that tornado was like taking Michelle Obama's behind her doing a pirouette. Just knocked everything over, man.
Oh, my God. I think video is crazy.
So I'm telling the truth about that in Nashville. The white folk had kicked the black people out, did all this stuff, and then they got torn up. And that tornado hit 3 of them. Oh, my God. The one,
they had
twice,
that flood
3 times.
That flood, they destroyed Opryland like about 10 years ago. They had a big flood.
Yeah, I was there. It happened in April 2010.
Mm-hmm. Our 10-year anniversary coming up. Wow.
Yeah, the anniversary's next month. I had to, the floodwaters were so high on the road coming in. you couldn't run buses and stuff on the highway. It was to the level of the roof of the Greyhound bus. The water was so high.
Oh, geez.
We could see the mud stains on the rock on the road. So, but anyway, God's trying to talk to white folk, and there's something that y'all need to know. And let's do politics now. And if you have a question, ask me. But I want everybody to know that Pooper Tuesday was bullshit. Black people did not vote in record numbers. It's a lie. Aside from Joe Biden having early onset Alzheimer's and dementia, and him being, oh my God, did you see him staring at booty checks behind when he was endorsing him?
I heard you.
He had his hand on his shoulders, and Joe Biden was looking at that booty, getting the biggest smile. As pale as he's been looking, he was flushed, like he was looking at the Thanksgiving turkey that he's going to stuff. And he said how he reminded him of his son Bo, and Bo means beautiful. And everybody talks about Bo Biden being a sissy back in Delaware. In fact, Bo Biden was a sissy that picked up another sissy by the name of Larry Sinclair, who claimed that another sissy named Barack Obama let him give him blowjobs, and they did cocaine together. Wow. This is real talk, y'all. I'm going to talk about this stuff. And I was living in Tennessee when Bo Biden died, and who did the eulogy for Bo Biden? The person that owed his presidency to another sissy, Obama, did Bo Biden's eulogy, and he was slobbering and kissing on Joe Biden at his son's funeral. How you doing? Remember that? Oh, that's on video. Y'all look it up. Don't believe me. I don't care if you believe me. Right now, young black people, I'm at war with stupid black people. It's a war without mercy. I hope all my facts kill all the ignorant black folk. I mean, they should all have strokes and aneurysms. Go to Leisure World somewhere and stay there. I mean, I wish some of y'all could retire early and just be on meds and sedatives someplace. Get out the way so the thinking black folk that want to do something can get something done. Yes, Lord, I'm mad at ignorant black people. Ooh, especially preachers. God, I saw a preacher and it looked like he had welded some Eckrich sausage on the back of his neck. Aretha Franklin could have walked up them things. Anyway, I'm serious. A freeway of love or freeway of fat. Anyway, back to the politics. In South Carolina, Congressman Coonburn or Clanburn, what a buffoon. A dude looks like Uncle Ruckus needing a hairpiece. And Uncle Ruckus has better glasses. He endorsed Biden, but what happened is a record number of white independents and Republicans voted for Biden. Black people did not come out. What I was really happy about was that black people did not vote for Buttigieg. Buttigieg is CIA. Buttigieg is an Obama disciple and Obama's CIA. Buttigieg started working for Obama back in 2003. That's right. Penis Buttigieg is a disciple of Obama. And all y'all dummies that like Obama, y'all chumps. I enjoy insulting Obama supporters. Y'all weak. Y'all betrayed us. And he betrayed us even more. You helped. You're guilty. Get over it. Deal with what I said. Buttigieg got no support. Clan Butcher, the woman that looks like Martin Landau off of Mission Impossible. She does look like the dude off Mission Impossible. She does. He looks better, actually. Clan Butcher, she got beat up. Rocket Man, a.k.a. Is a Bitch Horn, she got dogged. Steyer Liar, he got dogged. And Commie Sanders or Commie Scammer, he lost. He just knew he was going to win. Like, nobody black knows you. You look like the kind of Jewish person that gives people bad insurance policies. Why would anybody vote for his ass? He's never done anything. I mean, look, I'm going to just say to people, there are more people probably in jail in Memphis, black, than there are blacks in the state of Vermont. You can't tell me that Bernie Sanders can't find one nigger from Vermont that will endorse him. You got a rapper from Atlanta, and you got a mannish woman from Cleveland. That says something. In fact, if he had nothing other than a weenie roast, because they cheap as shit up in New England, they don't have real barbecues like y'all do down in Tennessee. If he had a hamburger and a beer bash or a hot dog thing once a year for the black folks of Vermont, people would be talking about it. He hasn't done shit for them. And when he talks, he has a little saliva in the corner of his mouth, and it slides back and forth like the thing on the trombone. Y'all never noticed that Bernie has that white slime moving back and forth? I don't trust people with slime in their mouth. First of all, I don't know what the slime is.
Was he involved in the civil rights movement back in the day?
I mean, all the gay people said they're in the civil rights movement. What they do, they took it over to make an ass a pussy. And to say that civil rights is for us. That's what he got in it for. They got in it to subvert it. White folks don't join black things to support us. They join black things to take them over. White folks got in the civil rights movement so they could screw black people. Ask them, do some research. The Freedom Rider, they wanted to ride a dick, ride some black pussy, ride a black ass. I mean, sit down and ask people about Freedom Summer. They had no. My auntie, Kalia Clark, who was Medgar Evers' assistant, they had houses for whites and blacks to screw each other in Mississippi. These white folk, whole life, were willing to get killed against the black dick or get beat. But they finally got some, and they were away from home, and nobody could tell them they couldn't get it. And a whole lot of black folks and the white folks got married in the movement because they were all screwing each other. These were some folks who wanted to swirl. And the civil rights movement was an opportunity to get some home-cooked food and some interracial sex. And that's why all of them, like John Lewis so much, they probably all slept with them. That's probably what's killing them. Julian Bond was sleeping with everybody. Everybody was screwing everybody. Talk to anybody that's real. They act like Dr. King was the only person that was getting some ass in the 60s. It's not true. He did get his share.
I'm going to confirm what you just said. Somebody told me that a sister who was involved in Freedom Summer told me about that, about them sex houses.
Yeah, the sex houses is real.
Some prominent people in there, she talked about they used to have little orgies. So you just talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I told you that last Friday, Dr. said they look to be crazy, some elder black folks. I said, this is true. I heard it from some of y'all people.
It is true. And I knew that was going on because whenever they talk, they always say the movement. You have to understand the movement. The movement. The movement. I mean, they're almost like they masturbate themselves when they say movement. When we were in the movement, y'all need to understand. The movement was very powerful. We were just bonded together, and when we would march, and the movement would just encourage you to face the right. No, I don't. I'm sorry. It was a freak. It was some young, booming Negroes and Caucasians getting their freak on. And if the civil rights movement was such a fucking success, why are we in the situation we're in right now? It's a scam. It was a PR thing with some interracial pussy and dick for both parties of both races, and some of them are gay, and some of them are interracially married, and our people are more fucked up now than we were then.
And who was involved, too? The commies, right? The communists involved in the movement, correct?
I'm not... a lot of people are communists. The communists didn't really get black people because, a lot of black folks, at least back then, sort of believed in God. Then we had this movement that we thought freed us. Then we didn't need God anymore. That fucked us up even worse. It wasn't so much the communists. It's more about this simulation. You know what? White women are better than black women. White men are better than black men. You get where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. This was like the Harlem Renaissance was the same thing. It was a bunch of hedonism. It's a bunch of tricking and screwing, going back and forth between white patrons and black artists. I mean, if you start looking, Zora Neale Hurston's a butch. Langston Hughes is a punk. Elaine Locke is the predator, pedophile, booty bandit, ass pirate. All of these people. Claude McKay.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Wallace Thurman.
Okay, I don't even know. I mean, what's his name? The one that did Gene Tumor.
Yeah, Gene Tumor. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, all of these people. What's his name? It should be called Cunty Cullen. Not Cunty, because he walked off on his fiance to be with the man on their wedding day.
Now he married one of the boys. That's Du Bois' daughter. He married and walked out.
Yeah, and he left her ass too. And Du Bois knew he was autistic, and he wanted a genius grandchild, and he just said, "Well, bust a nut in her so I can have a smart grandchild. I don't care if you're faggy."
Because she was in love with Jimmy Lunsford, the band director, and he didn't approve of that arrangement. But he went to Fisk too, like Dr. Du Bois. He didn't approve of that, so she ended up going with County Cullen. They arranged it. So she was in love with Jimmy Lunsford, the band director, and he didn't approve of it.
Well, so the point is he'd rather have, a crap on dick. That was before. Well, that's the one, and he was really getting on his knees before they even started out in California. Yes, that's my nickname, crap on dick.
Okay.
And it'll be found out. I don't care. It'll be found out. I don't care. Anyway, back to the politics. Black people did not vote in record numbers. If you go and check the CNN page on Super Tuesday, you'll find out in about 10 of the Super Tuesday states, Trump got more votes than the top 3 Democratic candidates combined. 10 out of 14. If you have any idea what November's going to be like, you already know. Most of the states, the voter turnout was low. When the Republicans come out, greater numbers than Democrats, that's a bad sign. Okay, the people who love Trump love him. Nobody loves Joe Biden. His little retarded. I mean, he does look like an octogenarian Dracula with male pattern balding and no Grecian formula. Nobody's inspired by him. Nobody. Okay, he can't even string a sentence together. I mean, Bernie looks like a person that would sell you a bad car and lie in small claims court, okay? Clan Butcher, like I said, looks like Gilligan off Gilligan's Island or Martin Landau from Mission Impossible. What's her name? Is a bitch Warren, looks like Elton John with a bad hair day, right? Toxic Hazard, she can't get out of single digits. And she's just another Indian who was hating on Kamala, thought she was lighter, that she'd get further. Sorry, bitch, the caste system isn't in America like it is in India. You're still losing. Kamala was a front runner. You've never been that. With your light skin and your little caste Hindu ideas, how you hate black people. Die, bitch. Who else? Booty check. We already did him. It's all a disaster. So it's now over now, and now it's between commie scandals and I'm a whole Jim Crow Biden. But you need to know that young black people, you millennials, were too busy smoking blunts, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we shouldn't vote. Maybe we should give Trump 4 more years. The way that he picks and plucks the nerve of the Boule and the other black people that hate us, I love it. In fact, they've got the FISA warrants out. They've got, what's her face? Hillary Clinton has to testify. They're going to find out that bitch is a crook. Oh, I would love to see them lock her ass up. And they're going to get Cheryl Mills and the way that they screwed my people down in Haiti and Libya and Ivory Coast and West Papua. God, I love this. Is so good. I'm enjoying this. So look, Trump's going to win. It may be close, but he's going to beat the shit out of Joe Biden. They're not going to let Bernie be the nominee. Y'all can just forget about that, okay? It's not happening. However, don't you love Blunder Biden, the crooked, cokehead, deadbeat daddy son, Blunder Biden, who never does anything right? He's the kind of white person, if he were black, he would be in jail all his life. You know how you have the cousin that you never see, like, except for when he's out, he's a recidivist and his ass is back in as fast as, they need to have a revolving door in the jail because he can't function in regular society. Blunder Biden. And, Joe Biden has a daughter that nobody's talking about. She's a junkie, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering how she's paying for her coke. And if she's half as much hoe as her father and brother, she's probably spread eagle. It's probably some dumbass black professional athlete paying. Oh, our black men have such poor taste in white women. Damn. Get a good one. If you just have to swirl, get a quality one. They won't do that. You know how they look? Like, they get a white woman that looks like the thing off Bob's Big Boy and then demand everybody respect her. It's just really offensive.
You know what? When you said I would think about Miles Davis. One thing that Miles Davis had, he had, I think, great taste in women. Regardless of their color, he had good taste in women.
Yeah, I'm not even saying that you can't swirl because you're gonna do it anyway. You know, a lot of black men aren't given any sort of morality or culture. They basically get told if you see a hole, fill it up. I'm glad we don't have killer bees here because Negroes would be getting stung to death putting their thing in beehives. It was a hole. Yeah, a hole. Right? Oh, God, I'm so tired of jive ass. Everything is about dick and ass. Nothing's about survival or business or money or math or culture. But that's okay. This corona is going to become an STD. And this corona, by the way, this it's COVID-19, and there's L and there's S. And I guess S is the shit. That's the one that won't kill you. And L, that'll kill your ass. And it's already mutated, which means that this thing changes real fast. It's one of these bio things. So if you've got HPV or herpes or one of those things and you get corona, that stuff may swap over before, we're going to have like a contagious, where you can just sneeze and get DD from somebody. Can you imagine? I'm sure. Oh, shit.
Wow.
No, right? We'll all have to wear masks and stuff. In fact, the masks don't even work that good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like condoms.
And Freaknik is coming up. Freaknik's coming up. I'm telling you, a whole lot. And the gay season started. Yes, we messing with gay people because y'all want to be paid attention to. Y'all insist on everybody knowing what you do or how you feel. You got flags out everywhere. So we're going to talk about you. Last Saturday, they had the first gay pride event for the year in Arizona. So don't be surprised there's not corona down there. And I think this weekend they're supposed to be in Tampa. So there'll be some corona down there. And watch, because when these people get this gay pride, remember when they had Hurricane Katrina? Mm-hmm. Gays didn't hold off with dancing in the street when the black folk were drowning, being eaten by alligators and shot by the crackers in Gretna. They had their thing in the French Quarter. Yeah, they did. So you think these white rich gays are going to ignore the travel request and all that? No. So I won't be surprised if all the gay pride events from now until September aren't vectors for more people getting sick from corona.
Yeah,
it's the same way. They didn't say it last year, but all those sisters were in the pool at the Atlanta Sheraton, and all these folks started getting Legionnaire's disease. It killed at least one person. They said it came from the bad chillers in the hotel. You don't get Legionnaires from chillers. You get Legionnaires from someone that has Legionnaires. And they're probably in the swimming pool and the water's washing up against their butthole and it's like getting out of the water. You imagine you dive face first and some of that stuff get in your eye or your ear. These diseases, staph infections, this country is on the brink of lots of superbugs and stuff because of the nastiness. And there's a song, Nobody Does It Better. Nobody does it nastier than the rainbow people. I'm just going to say that because when you start off with the butthole, I mean, it's like the pinnacle of fun, as if it's a fudge factory instead of a trash depository. You're in trouble. And by the way, all these black men, I've been doing my research, brother. More and more black men are dying from that cancer, like ass cancer. It just gotta get hit the booty, and they be wobbling the stuff up there and thinking, you ain't a woman. You know, and so all this bootyitis or whatever butt flu is. So this is going to all merge with the corona and with the staph infection. And I don't know if I hadn't taught you, but I always say to people, most folks think they know stuff about these diseases. There's hepatitis. How many strains, I ask people, how many strains of hepatitis are there, Ron Hurd?
I have no idea.
Okay, try.
2 million.
No, I said how many types?
How many types? What, 3? 3 types?
Okay, that's good, but it's actually 5.
5?
There are
okay.
2 new ones. It's like new subdivisions outside of Nashville. There's hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. Man, we could do the whole alphabet just like that little movement at the end. There's hepatitis D, but you have to get hepatitis B to get hepatitis D, meaning that you have to have 2 strains of hepatitis to get them. And then there's hepatitis E. And I would say to people, how many strains of herpes are there? Most people think herpes simplex 1 and 2. Well, try 9.
9 types of herpes.
Yes, and some of them cause meningitis and such. Remember they're pushing on these meningitis shots, and they're making it seem that meningitis B is basically a gay meningitis, but they want to sell vaccinations to people, so they make you think if your kids, a boy kissed on a girl, you get meningitis B. No, you get meningitis B because you have your mouth on someone's rectum, and then you're kissing people. And I keep having these discussions. I know I make people mad, Ron, but nobody will talk about this. So when this thing hits, and it's going to hit, this corona thing, I've noticed one group of newspapers are not talking about corona. I've been checking. You know which group of papers not talking about corona?
Black newspapers?
No, the gay newspapers. Because all these folks have compromised immunity from all the diseases and infections and parasites. There's one called Giardia that millions and millions of people in this country have. There are a minimum of 250 million people with Giardia. And there are about 2 or 3 more. There's one you can kiss someone and it'll kill you. Wow. This is the kind of stuff going around here. I mean, I'm just telling you straight. So this corona is a clear and present danger for all the people with compromised immunities, all the old people that thought that, you know, they're going to catch up. I'm tired of this wheelchair. If I see Wheel of Fortune one more time, I'm going to overdose, right? So they're having sex with the orderlies, saying, yeah, she liked me, especially on my payday. You know, they're screwing the young people that are working up in there. You know, a lot of these senior places are full of old people with VD.
Wow.
So when this corona comes around, it's going to jack up some of these old folks. You thought they were cool. You thought because they're on a walker, they didn't want to rock. Because in a wheelchair, they don't want to screw. Just because their legs cut off, they didn't cut their penis off. It could still get erect. I mean, there's some feeling in it, even if he's got erectile dysfunction. You know, hold it for him. You know, pray for him. Right? This is what I'm telling you is about to go down. Only other thing I'm going to say to you, keep your eyes peeled for mass violence in West Africa, mass religious violence in West Africa, brought and paid for by Muslims and Saudi Arabia. And I just want to say to all the black Muslims out there, y'all are suckers and chumps. Because if it were white Christians paying for black Christians to kill Muslims, y'all'd be calling us coons and Uncle Toms for not saying nothing about it. But when white Arabs pay black Muslims to kill other black Christians, y'all don't say shit because y'all put Dar Islam before black. It's not fair. It's uncool. It's a deal breaker. And we're going to come to blows at this at some point in the community to try to figure out, are you for me or are you for somebody running around the Kaaba?
Mm.
And how come the people running around the Kaaba don't do shit for you? Okay. Oh, we're going to eventually, we're going to have to reassess 55 years ago, Malcolm X got shot February 21st. I remember the day well, and I was a baby. And I'm just saying that, so at some point, we in the black world will have to talk about being religion soldiers for other people against one another. And if you willfully are a religious soldier to kill other black people for an Arab or an Aryan, you're a coon.
Have you seen the documentary on Netflix about the Malcolm X assassination? Kill Malcolm X?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I probably won't sit it down. Make me think about the grandson that got killed. Some of the stuff make me. By the way, I went to Howard with one of the dudes in the film. But I won't. I want to see it. When you broke, when we broke, we don't watch all the stuff. We used to be able to keep up this economy, and we folks they be monetizing your shit and messing with my money. In fact, I got a book coming out next Tuesday called Slavery's Mastery. It's finally going to come out, Ron.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, man. Wow.
My publisher has been harassed. They've been withholding her money, stealing, making her mail disappear.
Wow.
And folks have no idea when you speak up and you stand up for black folks that you pay for it. Financially, they do stuff to hurt you, which means if you really want to make money, and you want to look good, don't help anybody else black. Don't care. Keep your mouth shut, which is basically be a slave if you want to live good.
Yeah, it's looking like that. Seems like that, definitely.
Well, no, it is like that because you're catching hell and mess with your stuff. I can't find your videos, and they're blocking me from talking to people and all this other kind of stuff. And in reality, I call it homeland insecurity. These people aren't going to run stuff for forever. It's like in South Carolina. They always say the number of black people in South Carolina is like 27%. And it's been that way for like 40 years. Bullshit. In Alabama. No, that, by the way, wasn't it nice? Little racist ass D.L. punk that Sessions didn't win outright. Remember, I think I told you, I said that Jeff Sessions had a black boyfriend in Birmingham, and and they hacked my Skype, messed up my phone and everything. He was mad. This little punk ass. I hope he loses.
Speaking of Birmingham, what are your thoughts about what happened to Nathaniel Woods was executed by the state? Have you heard about this? I know you heard about this story.
Yeah, I heard. And if he's innocent, let me say this to you. You got a black woman that went to Harvard Law School named Terry Sewell. What is that bitch good for? We don't hear nothing about hookworm. Yes, you have a black congressperson. Could she have helped? Couldn't Thug Jones, that little Michael Van Patten, remember 8 is Enough? Well, he hasn't done enough of anything for us. I can't stand Thug Jones. All the black people voted for him, and he gave them the finger. And his little punk-ass son, who works in the zoo, he's probably having sex with the alligators and stuff in there. And, speaking of that, since we're talking about Doug Jones, I remember I was telling you his wife had the Adam's apple that looked like she swallowed a golf ball. I didn't know women had Adam's apples until I saw Doug Jones' wife. I'm just curious. I'm serious. It looked like a turkey, like just like he had an orange or, like one of those, what are those things called? little what are those things called? A clementine orange in her neck. It's not like a big navel, but like that thing was big. I mean, I was thinking, man, is that his wife or one of the village people? And it was just right.
Wow.
I'm serious, and so when they take pictures, she's always turned to the side. She can't get the Adam's apple in the picture. You need like a laser sensor to get that thing. And by the way, what do you think? If Biden would run with Kamala Harris or or Stacey Abrams or Michelle Obama, what do you think?
Oh, man, maybe I think he still will lose. Maybe Michelle Obama would help him a little bit, but he still lose.
Well, she needs to keep that retainer. She needs to get reinforce that retainer so when she moves, nobody thinks there's something swinging down here.
Come on, Michelle, right?
Yeah. Now, Kamala,
mm-hmm.
Come on, that tramp. We will sink him if he gets hurt. Biden, if you pick that Hindu racist tramp. I mean, her knees have collected more dust than vacuum cleaner in City Hall in San Francisco. That's what Willie Brown told my mentor. And by the way, I'm gonna say one more thing. What time is it? It's 7:14. It's about time for us to get up out of here.
Yeah.
I want to say this, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me just say this to you, brother. Roger Stone. We were talking about Roger Stone. Roger Stone is like one of my, I don't know, I have to take my friends where I can get them. There's so many coons that won't help you. I told people, and I'll tell everybody, when Hillary Clinton with Obama and Susan Rice and the Congressional Black Caucus and others turning their backs, decided to have Walter Fauntroy, the number 3 man in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference led by Martin Luther King, who should have been Martin Luther King's successor, but due to politics, a little pedophile named Ralph Abernathy, he was the one in charge. Okay, he was dumb, but I guess he did something right. I guess at least he had an afro. When Walter Fauntroy, they were trying to kill him in 2011, I couldn't get help from nobody to find out what happened because this is a hero, a pastor, friend of the family, and enraged over the years of nothing being done, I reached out to Roger Stone because if nothing else, I figured he'd get it in the news and they would be forced to either tell us what happened to Walter Fauntroy or he'd be brought home. My gamble was right. Walter Fauntroy was brought home. He's still alive. Roger Stone helped expose the assassination attempt that the Clintons tried to do to Walter Fauntroy. I'm very grateful. I went to other people turned their backs. Important black folks would turn they do this, Ron. These folks don't care about nobody. Do you realize if you put me in a position, if I could help others, I would do it whenever I can, as I'm able. These black folks get in these places and they have a mind to do nothing for the rest of us. And so a lot of times folks will see people talking to conservatives and they don't realize it's because people that you think, Al Sharpton, Jesse, you name them, they're against us, but they're in all the positions where one could seek support. People who get tired of that go and talk to whomever they can get help from. This is what I did. I have no shame in it.
Mm-hmm.
I also went to him because DNA says I have family in Haiti, and it's oral history that there's some connection to Haiti. And the Clintons were raping and letting all this stuff happen. People getting poisoned from drinking water with people's shit in it. I was mad. I wanted to punish the Clintons. I wanted to hurt Hillary Clinton. I still want to hurt her. I'm still angry. I'm not satisfied. So, yes, to get them back for Haiti, to get them back for Libya, which they destroyed, and my friends have been killed there, to get them back for the massacres that Hillary allowed them to do in Ivory Coast. I have friends there too. I went and I helped the Republicans. I did everything I could to destroy Hillary Clinton. I'd do it all over again. I don't give a damn who black doesn't like me. I was mad about the super predators. I was mad about her not doing anything about the black folks for Katrina. I was mad about her not doing shit about the Rockefeller laws. There's a lot of stuff I hated them for. And the 94 crime bill, there's so much stuff I'm angry about I can't even tell you. So I wanted revenge. I didn't want her to be president. You tried to kill my pastor. Nah, bitch. I would have talked to Hitler if I thought I could have got him to do something to hurt Hillary. So that's how Roger and I hooked up. So the one person that was willing to help me do something to get my pastor brought back to the United States, not being murdered. And I would do it all over again, and I wouldn't care if all the black folks in the country never understood where I was coming from. Because most black folks don't research, read, or know what's going on. They just have opinions. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Hey, everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that jingle review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.